The old woman sat on the park bench, her weathered hands clutching a worn leather bag. She was a familiar sight in the park, a silent observer of the bustling world around her. People often saw her, but rarely noticed her. She was a ghost, a whisper in the wind. One day, a young boy named Ethan, full of youthful energy, stumbled upon her. He was chasing a runaway kite, his laughter echoing in the air. The kite, a vibrant blue, landed at the woman's feet. Ethan, breathless and flushed, approached her, his eyes wide with hope. "Excuse me, ma'am," he said. "Could you please help me get my kite?" The woman looked at him, her eyes holding a depth that belied her age. "It's a beautiful kite, young man," she said, her voice surprisingly strong. "But it's not yours." Ethan was confused. "What do you mean?" "It's mine. I was flying it." The woman smiled, a sad, knowing smile. "It belonged to a little girl many years ago. She lost it, just like you lost this one. But she never stopped looking for it." Ethan was intrigued. He sat down beside the woman, his curiosity piqued. "What happened to her?" "She grew up," the woman said, "and she learned that sometimes the things we lose are not meant to be found. They are lessons, memories, reminders of who we were and who we can become." Ethan was silent, pondering her words. He looked at the kite, now faded and worn, but still beautiful in its own way. He understood. It wasn't just a kite, it was a symbol of a lost dream, a reminder of a time gone by. The woman stood up, her eyes twinkling. "You see, young man," she said, "sometimes the greatest treasures are not the things we hold, but the lessons we learn along the way." Ethan, touched by her wisdom, nodded. He knew then that he wouldn't be chasing kites anymore. He would be chasing dreams, learning from his losses, and finding his own treasures in the journey of life. As the woman walked away, Ethan looked at the kite one last time. He noticed a small, faded inscription on the fabric. "To my dearest Amelia, may your dreams always soar high." A sudden realization struck him. He looked at the woman, who was now a distant figure, her back straight, her steps sure. He knew then, with a certainty that made his heart skip a beat, that the woman wasn't just a ghost, a whisper in the wind. She was Amelia, the girl who lost her kite, the girl who never stopped dreaming. Ethan, with a newfound understanding, picked up the kite and held it close. He knew he wouldn't be chasing kites anymore, but he would be chasing dreams, carrying Amelia's spirit with him, always remembering the lesson she taught him, that sometimes the greatest treasures are not the things we hold, but the lessons we learn along the way.